Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Today's message is titled, They Tried to Bury It, but Spirit's About to Blow It Wide Open. And baby, the second I tapped into this energy, Spirit said, You're not crazy, you're connected. All right. So let's take a moment here and meditate on the three cards and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This is card 1 with the carnelian crystal, card 2, turquoise, and card 3, the rose quartz. So let's get straight into your reading. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Today's message is titled, They Tried to Bury It, but Spirit is About to Blow It Wide Open. And baby, the second I tapped into this energy, Spirit said, You're not crazy, you're connected. So you were drawn here to the carnelian crystal and the sword, and that is not random. Okay, so let's just say this: the silence, the distance, the I'm good energy. Yeah, it's fake because the sword is divine disruption. It cuts through the BS frequency. Okay, so this person's higher self is done watching them pretend they're unbothered. They try to detach, they try to play it cool. They maybe even lie to themselves about what they feel. But baby, Spirit is about to cut the mask off. This connection is coming back up like truth under pressure. And you're the trigger. You're the mirror. You're the one they thought they could forget, but they can't unfeel what you activated. Okay. Now, carnelian. Oh, that's heat. Okay. That's chemistry they didn't expect. That's craving that they have been trying to spiritually block, but it's not working. You stirred the soul. You touched their pride. You ignited their shadow. And they haven't had peace since. Don't go anywhere. The next card is going to reveal exactly how this truth will be exposed. Okay. And at the end of this reading, I'm going to summarize their entire energetic state. So that you know how to move from power and not pain. All right. So let's go ahead and pull your next card. All right. So let's see where the energy is headed. Look, you got the administrator with the planet Saturn. All right. Let's see what else. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? And you got Wood Wives. Adaptability. Wood Wives. All right. Let me also point this out that the planet Saturn, y'all, it rules over Capricorn. Okay, so this is the planet of discipline, commitment, and challenges. Okay, so baby, this connection is maturing under pressure, and what you're about to realize, it's giving consequences, it's giving structure and grown folk clarity. All right, so let's just see. Now we're getting into it. After all of that buried emotion, here comes the reality check. Saturn don't play. He don't sugarcoat. He shows up like, you wanted freedom? Where? Well, here's the weight of your choices. This person, they've been trying to run from structure, run from responsibility, and run from emotional maturity. But now They are realizing that they mishandled a divine connection and there are spiritual repercussions. Okay? Because they're being pushed into accountability whether they like it or not. No more games, no more ghosting, no more maybe later. The administrator says, grow up or lose it. Now, combine that with the Woodwives and listen, and Spirit is saying here, you were flexible. You bent, you flowed, you adjusted, you held space. But now you're the tree, not the leaf. You're grounded, rooted, and you don't twist yourself for nobody anymore. No, because listen, this person's old tactics, they won't work on the new you. So now they are faced with a decision. Adapt to your level or get left talking to a version of you that no longer exists. Okay? Point blank, period. Stay with me because the next card is going to reveal whether they're being guided towards you or away from you. And remember, at the end of this reading, I'm breaking down their total energetic state so you can move with power. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the next card. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Just being near you is intoxicating. You see that? Okay, that's not a coincidence. I want to make sure that you can see your cards pretty good. You can. Okay, great. Yeah, so just being near you is intoxicating. It's like, oop, there it is. So after all that silence, after all that running, after all of that pretending like they had it together, this confession slips through. And baby, you know, it's not just attraction, it's obsession dressed up like control. It's chemistry that they tried to shake off and couldn't. This person is battling the fact that your energy lingers. Your presence hits different. And you made them feel alive in a way they haven't in years. But here's the twist. It's not just physical. It's energetic. It's soul to soul, right? It's, I saw a version of myself in your eyes that scared the heck out of me. And now being away from you feels like withdrawal. So Spirit is showing me somebody who tried to detox from your energy, but baby, you were never the poison. You were the mirror. And mirrors, they reflect. And sometimes they expose what we don't want to see. Okay. Let me adjust your cards just in case you know you want to take a screenshot of this energy at the end of your reading. I want to make sure you guys can see it really well. All right. Okay, so keep watching because the next card is going to reveal whether they're going to face these feelings or fold. Okay. And listen, I'm going to break down their full energetic state so you can move like a boss and not a beggar. Okay, and we know you're not that anyway. But let's pull this energy. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? All right, so what is coming through? got the star seed, self, memories, and identity. The star seed energy is no coincidence. No, no, no. So I'm going to tell you, give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you about the star seed, what I'm picking up. Okay. This is about remembrance and karmic triggers and identities awakenings. Okay. The star seed is self, memories, and identities. It's one of the deepest activations your energy could have pulled. Okay. Right. So now this card just don't show up unless you were a catalyst, a timeline shifter, a soul mirror. So you didn't just attract this person, you activated them. And that activation woke up parts of themselves they had buried, parts they didn't want to look at, parts they forgot until you came in with that otherworldly frequency. Okay? Because you reminded this person of who they could be. You reminded them of something ancient, something sacred, something they weren't ready to become. Now, they are sitting in silence, remembering every laugh, every look, every energetic imprint. And they are realizing, she saw me before I saw myself. That kind of reflection, it either pushes someone towards transformation or makes them run from the light. But baby, you are the light. You can't turn it off. You can't unsee what you saw. And now neither can they. All right. Okay, I'm about to break down their entire energetic state in just a moment. Okay, so stay locked in. Stay locked in. Let's go ahead and pull your next card. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see what is coming through. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? You have the Empress. And when she shows up, you got to recognize you really have to recognize when the Empress shows up. Okay? So it's like, oh, yes. And just like that, Spirit said, let me remind you who the F you are. This isn't just a card. This is a cosmic mic drop. You pulled the Empress. And that means the story ends with you in full power, full glow, and full worth. Okay, so let's get into it, Clarity Fam. This is the final, like elevation. Like this is Spirit saying, this is you. Okay, so let me be clear. This person might be confused, but the universe isn't. You are the imprint in this connection. You left the imprint that they can't erase, even if they tried, even if they're with someone else, even if they moved on. You're not just the one that got away. You're the standard that they now measure everyone else against. Let me tell you what Spirit just whispered. Your absence taught them what your presence never had to say out loud, because your energy did what words could never do. And now they are haunted by what they mishandled. And honey, they feel your grace. Okay. They feel your grace. In every quiet moment, they feel your love, softness, power, and beauty, even when you're not there. But here's the twist. This card isn't about them anymore. It's about you. So Spirit is saying you are the prize. You are the abundance. You are the blessing. And whether or not this person evolves into someone worthy of reapproaching you, you're already on the throne. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull your final card. And after this card, we are going to break down their total energetic resonance. All right, so let's see what the energy has to say. My true success is measured by my alignment. Ooh. That's a word, right? That is a word. So let's see how this relates to this person and what's coming through. Thank you, Spirit. My true success is measured by my alignment. Okay. Listen. This is not just a message. This is a spiritual slap to the ego. So let's break this down because this card hits both sides, theirs and yours. Okay. So first of all, let's be real. This person has been out of alignment, chasing validation, making their truth, right? Masking their truth and running from their own shadow. They have been trying to define success through ego. Who looks better on paper? Who makes them feel more in control? Who doesn't challenge them emotionally? But deep down, they know that they fumbled alignment. They fumbled you. Because you were the aligned path. You were the soul deep mirror. You were the truth wrapped in love, and they chose the shortcut over the sacred. So now they are realizing success isn't peace if it cost me her presence. Comfort isn't real if I'm living a lie. And stability means nothing if I'm spiritually bankrupt. This card is their awakening, but it's your confirmation. All right, so let's officially break down their total energetic resonance. So mentally, they are replaying everything, trying to understand how they let this go. They are in a loop because they can't logic their way out of soul feelings. Emotionally, pulled, humbled, haunted, okay? Because they miss you in silence. But pride is still, is like still, in the driver's seat. Barely. Spiritually, waking up. So Spirit is giving them downloads, signs, and dreams, but they don't fully understand them yet. Okay? They know they were out of alignment. Now they are trying to find their way back to the center. Energetically, still connected, still impacted, still feeling the residue of your divinity. You were never too much. You were too real for the false version of them. And now they are left with this spiritual echo. I won't be right until I face what I avoided. And she was the one thing I couldn't lie to. A final message from Spirit. You are the imprints, the alignment, the standard, the divine detour they needed but weren't ready for, and the blessing. You don't have to chase clarity. You already are the clarity. If they return, they'll come changed. They will come changed or not at all. Either way, you're walking into success that matches your soul and not your struggle. Woo! Beautiful. Pile 1, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading resonates with you and inspire you. And if it does, drop a comment below. I absolutely enjoy reading your comments. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Today's message is titled, They Tried to Bury It, but Spirit's about to blow it wide open. And baby, we are deep in now, okay? So if you're here for card 2, then you already know this energy is loud, layered, and coming for the truth. You were drawn here to the turquoise heart crystal and the 1 card. So let's get straight into it, okay? So let's be real. This isn't just somebody you dated. This is a soul imprint, a connection that cracked them open, okay? And they are still trying to act normal while carrying your energy like a phantom limb. The 1 card is Spirit yelling, not whispering. This was the moment. This was the shift. And the gag is, they felt it too. Even if they ghosted, even if they fumbled, even if they acted unmoved, don't be fooled. This shook them, okay? It shook them because you weren't a person. You were a portal. And now they're in this weird ass limbo where everything they touch feels lukewarm. It feels lukewarm because you were the warmth. You were the softness. You were the truth. Okay? Now, the turquoise heart crystal energy, that's sacred communication. That's love with a voice. And that tells me one thing loud and clear. You expressed something that they never forgotten. And Spirit won't let them unhear it. They may have denied it out loud, but in their spirit, the one moment with you, that one moment with you, it still echoes. Stick around because the next card is about to show us how their current environment is affecting this connection. And at the very end, I'll break down their full energetic field. And so you can move with truth and not tension, okay? So let's go ahead and pull the next card. The Queen, which is the moon, okay? The Queen and the moon is showing up. All right, so let's pull another card and then we'll read those together. The Wall, obstacles. And also the moon is telling me here that there were secrets, things that you felt like they were hiding. But honey, your intuition was on point. You were guided by the cosmic GPS system. See, this is the thing. You are trustworthy. They were the opposite of that. You are responsible. They were irresponsible. And you have more knowledge than you know. So Spirit is encouraging you here to trust yourself. Trust your intuition. I also do want to point out that the moon, it rules over the mother, and it also rules over the zodiac sign of Cancer. Okay? So this is layered and dripping with sacred truth. So here we go. Thank you, Spirit. Now Spirit is getting real specific, okay? Because the Queen card, right, with the moon is divine feminine psychic authority. But when paired with the wall, it's given, they blocked you because they couldn't lie to you. They blocked you because they couldn't lie to you. Let's keep it all the way real. You knew before they said it, before they slipped, before they ghosted. Your intuition has already snatched the receipts. Okay, that weird silence, that random shift in vibe, that moment where the convo felt off. You didn't imagine that. You felt the truth beneath the mask. Because what they were hiding, it wasn't just another person or a secret. It was their lack of readiness to be in the presence of a queen. Let me say this louder for the higher self in the back. You are trustworthy. They were inconsistent. You were loyal. They were out of alignment. You walked in truth. They wobbled in confusion. The wall card is the emotional blockage they built because standing in your energy made them feel exposed. And you didn't have to ask questions. You already knew. They couldn't lie to you. And that scared them more than the truth itself. And now their conscience is louder than your voice ever had to be. Because, look, they are sitting in the tension they created. While you're being reminded by Spirit, you were always guided by divine GPS. You were never lost. They were just never on your level. Stay close because the next card is going to reveal what their soul wants to say, but doesn't have the courage to speak out loud. And yes, I am still breaking down their full energetic field at the end, so don't even think about leaving yet. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your next card. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? We will be together again. You see this, right? This card literally says, we will be together again. And I just have to take a pause on that because this is what they feel. So Spirit said, honey, you want clarity? We're here. Well, here it is, written in bold divine ink. And they didn't just hint at it. They didn't dance around it. They straight up said, we will be together again. You know, it's like, oh, so now it's confession time. Now it's, I've always felt you were the one. Now it's, I see you now. I get it now. I want it now. Okay. So Spirit is saying loud and clear, this person is holding space for your return, even if they don't know how to get there yet. They tried to bury it. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to stay busy, stay numb, stay casual. but your energy kept knocking at their soul's front door like, hey, we're not done. And here's the kicker. They believe it's not over. Now, whether that is ego or hope, divine timing, or all three, they have already made a quiet decision to circle back. Okay. They have already made a quiet decision to circle back. But babe, just because they said we'll be together again, that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Spirit is handing you the crown, not the contract. Okay, so this is prophecy, not a promise. It's a potential, not a pass. And your energy, it has upgraded since they last left you. So if they come back, they're going to have to match your healed frequency, because the old version of you, she's gone. The queen has risen, and now only kings may approach. Okay, so we have a few more cards to go before we break down their full energetic field. So stick around, because this final pull will seal, the next two pulls will seal the message and tell you whether this reunion will take place. All right, so let's see what's going on. Thank you, Spirit. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? Golden ratio, beauty, nature, and patterns. Have you been seeing synchronicity? If so, that is a message from the universe. That's your spirit guides, your angel, spirit source, divine intelligence. This person sees you as beautiful. You're naturally beautiful inside and out. Spirit's always communicating with you. I feel like this person has recognized your beauty, but never really expressed that to you. Let's just face it, they were hating. And I told y'all over here, we don't sugarcoat. Look, first of all, let's talk about the synchronicities, the 1111s, the 1212s, the 333s, the repeating names, the music, the messages. That's not just the algorithm, baby. That's alignment. That's Spirit's breadcrumb trail. You're not crazy. You're connected. And when this card comes up, it's saying, Spirit is confirming what your soul has been whispering. This connection is divine, designed, destined, okay? But not always delivered on schedule. So now let's get into the real tea. This person they've always seen your beauty, not just your looks. I'm talking your softness, your glow, your mind, your spiritual depth, your capacity to feel without folding. But that they acknowledge it out loud, nah. They were hating. Because when you're in the presence of someone that radiant, you either praise it or you project onto it. And let's be honest, they projected. They played it cool. They maybe even downplayed you. maybe slick comments, okay, and went quiet on you when you were shining because your light made their shadow scream. But you were never too much. They just weren't enough. Okay? They just weren't enough yet. So now they're watching you from afar, feeling the ache of every compliment they never gave you. Every moment that they should have praised you, but instead sat in silence. And Spirit is whispering to you through these patterns like, we saw it. You weren't imagining any of it. Keep glowing, Queen. We are still guiding this story. Don't blink because the next card is going to reveal whether this person is taking spiritual action or just staying stuck in spiritual regret. And yes, after the next, let's see, you got one, the next card, next two cards. You got two cards, okay? After the next two cards, we are going to break down their full energetic field so you can walk away with clarity and no confusion in your spirit. All right, so let's go for it. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? The moon. Honey, you got the moon twice. Spirit is saying, baby, it was some shady stuff going on. It was some secrets. It was some things done in the dark. But guess what? Whatever is done in the dark will come to light. You got the moon twice and you are piled two. So this is also a synchronicity 222. 222 represents, it represents partnerships. I see a new partnership for you showing up as well. Thank you, Spirit. So, but let's get into it because, whoa, this is deep. This is deep. The one, and then you got two moons, and you're number two. This is not by coincidence, okay? Spirit said, let's pull back the veil and flip the lights on. And not only that, baby, whoa, you're in pile two. Okay, so when the moon shows up once, Spirit is whispering. But when the moon shows up twice, that's a cosmic siren. It is Spirit saying, trust your intuition over their words, over your fears, over the timeline. And let's get brutally honest. Yes, there was shady stuff. Yes, things were done behind closed doors. Yes, you felt something off even when they said you're overthinking. And now Spirit is coming through like, you weren't paranoid, love. You were psychic. They were withholding. They were masking. They were shadow dancing. But guess what? Whatever was hidden is surfacing because nothing can outrun divine timing, especially not under moonlight. And with the second moon plus pile two, synchronicity. Oop. Spirit is showing you both the shadow and the new path. This isn't just about them. Mm-mm. No, no, no. No, no, no. This isn't just about them. It's about what's next for you. And baby, I'm seeing a new partnership entering your field. One that's emotionally present, energetically safe, and spiritually aligned. This two energy, you're not meant to walk alone energy. But this time it's with someone who sees you clearly. and not someone who tries to dim you when the lights go low. And it's crazy how the moon came here after the golden ratio, and this talks about patterns and synchronicity, and we literally pulled that energetic resonance. So spirit is speaking to you, baby. You were meant to be here. One final card to go before we break down their entire energetic field. So stay with me, because this last card is going to either seal the door shut or show you what's trying to come back in. So let's pull the final card. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? I intend to see the best in everyone. That's deep. Elaine right here with the one card. So Spirit is saying, honey, you know, you've already forgiven this person, and you do try to see the best. But sometimes seeing the best, you got to realize it won't change them unless they see the best in themselves. But go ahead and keep your frequency high by all means necessary, by always forgiving and always sending that love and light. Okay? Because that's how you will align with your true person, with your partner, with your abundance, with your prosperity. Because you always intend, I want to organize your cards for 1 second, to see the best in everyone. Spirit is giving you guidance here. I know, because sometimes this person is frustrating AF, right? And just people are really irritating sometimes. And you want to stop and you want to say all kinds of things. But I encourage you to just say love and light. You can just say those 2 words and you will feel so much better, and it will allow you to keep your frequency high and in the space where you are attracting, right, what you want to come into your life. Okay, so Spirit is saying, honey, yes, love deeply, but don't lose your standards in the process. This is so you. This is so you. Because despite the pain, the ghosting, the silence, the shady moon energy, the projection, you still led with love. And you wanted to believe the best in them. You tried to hold space. You forgave them before they even asked. But here's what Spirit wants you to know. Seeing the best in them won't heal them. Okay? They have to see it in themselves. That's the key. And you've learned that lesson. You have learned that lesson now, because you know what real love looks like. It's not just empathy, it's accountability. It's not just softness, it's standards. It's not just intentions, it's actions. So yes, keep sending love. Yes, keep your heart open, but don't lower your frequency to keep company. We're not doing that today. No day is a good day to lower your frequency. Not on purpose, not consciously. That's not happening. Okay, so you are not meant to shrink into somebody's potential. You are meant to align with somebody's truth. And baby, that is how your true partner will recognize you, because you carry the vibration of forgiveness, not forgetfulness. Okay, you have elevated, you've cleared karma, you've blessed this connection with grace. And now it's time to receive what's in alignment. Now let's break down their full energetic field. Mentally, spinning, obsessing, replaying. They realize you were the mirror, and they're stuck in a loop of How did I let her go? How did I let her go? Emotionally unstable, suppressed, haunted. They have buried their feelings so deep. They're not living with emotion. They are now living with emotional constipation. And your absence, it's louder than their ego. Okay? And this person had a big AF ego, okay? But your absence is louder. Now, spiritually blocked, but waking up. They have seen signs, the dreams, the synchronicities, but they don't know how to navigate the awakening yet. Energetically, still tethered to you, still feeling your pull. But baby, you are now the one who decides whether that cord stays plugged in. Final word from Spirit. You were the blessing, the teacher, the mirror, the portal. They felt it. You knew it. Spirit confirmed it. But this journey was for you too. To prove that love doesn't require sacrifice, that forgiveness doesn't mean reunion, and that your grace doesn't make you weak, it makes you holy. So go ahead and glow and speak peace over this connection. And then go meet the one who doesn't need to lose you to realize your worth. Because you are the empress, and the throne is no longer vacant. If this reading hit deep, Clarity family, drop a moon or a heart in the comment and claim it, okay? You are seen, you are rising, and baby, you are already aligned with everything your soul deserves. Until next time, keep your standards high, your spirit soft, and your crown polished. Love and power. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Today's message is titled, They Tried to Bury It, but Spirit's About to Blow It Wide Open. Now listen, if you're here for card 3, it's because you were drawn here to the mirror card and the rose quartz crystal. And baby, this ain't no coincidence. This is Spirit saying it's time to see the truth in them, in you, and in love itself. Okay, so let's get straight to it. Card 1, all right? I'm just like, woo, because the energy that I am feeling here, let's talk about it. The mirror shows up when someone has been avoiding their own reflection, but can't avoid you. Because you didn't just reflect who they were, you reflected who they pretended not to be, who they forgot, who they hoped you'd never see through. But here's the thing, you saw it all and you love them anyway, okay? The rose quartz energy, that's unconditional love. That's compassion without codependence. That softness with a spine. And you gave it freely, fully from your heart. But did they reflect it back? Nah. They looked in your light and got intimidated instead of inspired. Because baby, mirrors don't lie. And what they saw in your presence, their unhealed wounds, their lack of emotional maturity, and their fear of vulnerability. You didn't trigger them. Their own shadow did. Okay? So, and now they are sitting in the aftermath of that reflection, wondering if they will ever experience love that pure again. Okay? So you were the mirror and the medicine, baby. You reflected their truth and offered healing love. But now it's time to reflect that love back to yourself. Okay, you are whole, you are radiant, you are worthy of reciprocal reflection, not projection. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull your next card and make sure you stay with me until the end of your reading because I am going to summarize their total energetic resonance. So let's break it down. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Look at that. You got the planet Jupiter, the sage. Jupiter does rule over Sagittarius as well. The truth will set me free is what the card says. See, this person sees you as this person gracious, intuitive, inspired, emotionally intelligent, which is something, you know, they struggle with. But okay, thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? You have lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Ooh. Let's look at this. I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. This, baby, is a soul contract being decoded. This is a past life unfinished business meets emotional accountability in this lifetime kind of energy coming through. Okay? So, okay, Spirit, listen, you didn't have to slap them with this hard, okay? Okay, Spirit is showing up. So let's start with Jupiter. And yes, babe, you're right. Listen, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. It's the seeker, the truth teller, the spiritual student who learns the hard way. Right? And when Jupiter shows up in a connection like this, it's saying this wasn't just romance. This was revelation. So this person struggled with truth. Truth with you, truth with themselves, truth about their emotional immaturity. And yet you were their Jupiter. Gracious, emotionally intelligent, inspired. See, because you held space for growth while they hid behind walls of silence, fear, and ego. But guess what? The truth is cracking those walls open, and they are being forced to sit with the real reason they couldn't show up. Now, let's talk about lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Oh, this is spiritual heritage, babe. This is soul contract level stuff. And Spirit is saying, you know, you've done this dance before, not just with them, but with energies like them in every timeline where you were the healer, the light bringer, the one who loved from the soul. And this timeline, you're breaking that pattern. You're not begging. You're not fixing. You're not mothering another grown adult through their trauma. You are rising with your ancestors behind you and spirit in front of you. You were guided to this connection to remember, not to repeat. Don't go anywhere because in a few cards, I'm going to summarize their total energetic resonance. You have a few more cards to go. So let's see where the energy is headed. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? I replay our conversations over and over. Spirit said, honey, let's open the vault of what they never said out loud, what they will never admit out loud, okay? Listen, that's not just nostalgia, that's regret wrapped in a loop. So this person isn't just thinking of you, they're mentally stuck in you. Here's what Spirit is showing me. They act like they moved on and they post like they're unbothered, and they might even flirt, date, distract, heal out loud. But when they are alone, it's your voice playing on repeat. It's your voice when they're alone. Every laugh, every moment you read them with love, every soft truth you spoke before they were ready to hear it. They're not replaying those convos to feel good. They're replaying them to figure out where they messed up, what they missed, what they were too emotionally immature to receive at the time. This isn't just thinking of you energy. This is you're the one that got away, and now I can't outrun the echo of your voice. And guess what? That echo is now part of their spiritual awakening. Because, see, your words weren't just romantic, they were medicine. And they didn't take, and they didn't take the dose of that when they had the chance. Okay, so we got a couple of more cards to go before we summarize their full energetic field. So stay with me, because the next card will tell us if they plan to come forward or just live in the loop. So let's go ahead and pull the next card and see where this energy is headed. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? The Alpha Centaurians, Centaurians. This energy is foresight, planning, and strategy. That's interesting, huh? Okay, I'm going to tell you what's coming through. Let's see. Alpha Centaurians. Spirit said, let's stop looping and start looking ahead. Okay, so this card is giving next moves, soul evolution, and chessboard vibes, and not checkers, honey. First off, this is not emotional confusion. This is someone who is now strategizing from a place of hindsight. All that I replay our conversations, I lost my mirror, she was the one. That energy has officially hit their mind, body, and connection. And now they're like, wait, what do I do next? So this isn't just about feelings anymore. This is about action, or at least the desire for it. Okay. But here's the twist. They are not impulsive anymore. They are calculating. They're watching. They're observing your moves. And they might even be asking around, checking your vibe online, and picking up on synchronicities. Because Alpha Centaurian energy, it's galactic intelligence. This person is finally thinking about long-term, right? Finally thinking long-term, possibly for the first time ever. But, and let's be real, strategizing doesn't always equal readiness. Okay, so Spirit is showing me that they want to come back. They're planning the right moment. They're imagining the convo, but fear is still whispering in their ear. Fear is still there. So the question is, will they act, or will they keep preparing while you align with someone already ready? Stay close. We've got 2 more cards to go before we break down their total energetic resonance. Okay? 2 more cards to go. Let's go ahead and pull it. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? Justice. Ooh. The Justice card is here. It speaks. Honey, Justice has entered the chat, baby. And Spirit said, time to balance the scales. After all that reflection, regret, strategy, and silence, this card comes in swinging like ain't no escaping karma. This is divine order. This is accountability. This is what they thought they'd never have to face. Showing up anyway. Let's be clear. You weren't just loving, you were loyal. You weren't just patient, you were present. You weren't just real, you were righteous in your intentions. And when someone mishandles that kind of energy, the universe, don't let it slide. Justice shows up when truth must be revealed, karmic debts are due, a spiritual contract is closing or being renegotiated. And in this case, Spirit is putting this person's actions, avoidance, and intentions on a divine scale. What they said versus what they did, what they felt versus what they expressed, what they chose versus what they ran from. And this card says, you will not be rewarded for betraying a blessing. But it also says something for you, bae. Your love was seen, your integrity is protected, and your peace will not be disturbed by the past anymore. And let's be real. Whether they come back or not, you win. Because your soul stayed clean. And your crown still straight. One final card before we summarize their entire energetic resonance. Stay close. This last pull will reveal their next energetic step. Are they ascending or staying stuck? Let's pull it, babe. You already know. Okay. We're going to finish up strong. Let's see what's coming through. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? What do you need to know? I intend to see the best in everyone. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Thank you, Spirit. This is you. And, you know, sometimes seeing the best doesn't always equal the best outcome. But it is something you should do because it allows you to keep your vibrational frequency high, to allow you to receive your true abundance, as stated here with the planet Jupiter, your prosperity, your divine luck. So I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up with this energy. I intend to see the best in everyone, okay? This is like the Empress energy with like a sacred discernment in, right? So Spirit is bringing it full circle to seal the energetic contract. But here's what's different. This is forgiveness, and this time it's freedom. You do see the best in people. You did hold space. You chose compassion over revenge. But guess what? That doesn't mean you lower your boundaries. That doesn't mean you give unhealed energy another front row seat to your heart. This card says, yes, keep your frequency high. Yes, move from love, but let your intuition filter what your heart wants to give. Because, baby, you are the frequency now. The only aligned love, okay, and only aligned love will be allowed to stand beside you. So let's go ahead and summarize their total energetic resonance. Mentally, they're stuck, obsessive, replaying combos and planning imaginary comebacks. They wish they had your peace, but they don't know how to access it without you. Emotionally, tangled, avoidant, awakened, but unprepared. They feel everything now, but they're still learning how to hold what they feel without self-sabotaging. Spiritually, waking up hard. Spirit is dragging them through the dream messages, angel numbers, deja vu, mirror moments, okay? And they're being cracked open, but they're still resisting surrender. Energetically, still connected, still watching, still haunted by the pull and power of your presence. But you've risen into the energetic sovereignty. You are no longer tethered to what was, you're aligned with what's meant. Final word from Spirit coming through. You were never just the phase, you were the awakening. You were never too much, you were the mirror. You were never meant to wait, you were meant to rise. Let this connection be what it was, a sacred lesson, a karmic unlock, a spiritual graduation. And now, the next chapter isn't about their return. It's about your reign. If this reading spoke to your soul, Clarity family, drop a scale, a rose, or even a crystal ball in the comments to claim this clarity. You are the mirror, the magic, and the medicine. Now walk like it. Until next time, stay powerful, stay soft, stay seen. I am sending you lots of love and good energy.